At the first annual Milk Bookies Storytime celebration, kids are given the opportunity to purchase, inscribe, and dedicate books to other children who can't afford them. Today, some celebrities stopped by to support this amazing cause.
Milk Bookies, they do a great job of making sure that there are books in the libraries, in the schools, in the school libraries. Every one of them are stockpiled with books that can really nurture the imagination of the kids, and that's why I'm here.
Coming from a musical medium working with the Foo Fighters, Can you appreciate the creativity that goes into processing music?
Absolutely. Well, you know, to me, one of the things that I love the most about my children is their imagination. So both of them are nuts, man, and they have these wicked imaginations where like half the day they're just in their own imaginary world, and that to me is a beautiful thing for any kid, because when I was young, I had books and I had albums, and when I would listen to records like Beatles records or Kiss records or whatever, I was sort of I was in my own little world, you know, and it really, I think it's sort of planted this creativity inside of me that eventually, as I got older, I started to utilize. And so it's nice, like, to read a book to a kid where they can use their imagination and have, you know, and enter their own imaginary world. It's cool. It's important.
We all know like how magical reading is when you first learn to read in those early years, especially, and to be able to share that and pass it on is a beautiful thing, and kind of brings the whole community of Los Angeles together in a much bigger way.
JJ, you created the series Lost. A lot of imagination went into that. Does that kind of imagination provoke you to support organizations like this?
Well, I think that, you know, Damon Lindelof and I, who created Lost with me, and his wife is one of the people behind Milk Bookies. We were obviously inspired by what we read growing up, and that kind of infinite possibility, which I think can really only be found in the imagination. And books is really, you know, books are really the sort of key to triggering your own world. Movies are wonderful and TV is wonderful, but books, you know, require you to put yourself into the story and the adventure. So it's wonderful to support a group that would put books in the hands of kids who might not otherwise get them, and help teach them to read.
We just recently went through our books and got donated a lot of books that they're, you know, read a million times and are ready to move on and share them with other kids. So just being able to do things like that in connection with Milk Bookies has been really rewarding for them.
Milk Bookies actually has the kids inscribe the books that they're donating to the other children. Why do you think that's an important part about what this foundation does?
Well, I mean, because I think, like, for me, my children, my daughter, when she gives her friends books and she writes, "I hope you enjoyed this book," it's kind of like, I read it and I hope you have just as much fun reading as I did. And I'm talking about books that I wouldn't read, like long books, like the Harry Potter series. And I'm like, "To Dad, love of my, hope you enjoy this as much as I did." I'm like, okay, if my could read this, so can I. My daughter read the Bible, and I was like, you know what? I'm 37 and I haven't completed it, and I felt bad. So for me, you know, sometimes kids can be more inspirational to other children and even adults than we give them credit for.
It's sort of like you're teaching kids how to be charitable and how to give and share, and you're making them part of the cause.
I think it's important for kids to not only have books to read, but to have books to read with their families, with their parents. And to me, that's the most quality time I get with my kids. When I'm not on the road and I'm at home, I read to my kids every night. We do 2 books a night, and for that half an hour, it's like, you know, it's just me and my daughters, and there's no distraction, and it almost doesn't matter what you're reading to them. It just, you know, just the connection between the parent and the child to take that time to do it is really important. And so I cherish that. I value that a lot.